So fairly recently, Microsoft got in a bit of a kerfuffle with people for pre-installing apps on Windows 10. So you know how you go on Windows 10 and you hit the start bar and there's already apps in there like Candy Crush? Well, that's because they're pre-installed on the operating system before it gets to you. When it comes to Windows 10 IoT Core, me as a developer, I want my Bronco app pre-installed on my device so that when I put it in there, it'll already be installed on the operating system and it can be updated. And sure, it doesn't really matter for my one vehicle, but if we're talking about tens or dozens or hundreds or thousands of devices, it would be really helpful to have the operating system have the application pre-installed on it. You're not going to just take that device and find the Windows Store on your IoT device and look for the app that you want to install on it. No, it should already come with the software installed on it. So that is my plan for the Bronco, is to pre-install and my application on it, and then just send updates to it whenever I send an update to the Microsoft Store. But I ran into a little bit of a roadblock. So I submitted my app to the App Store and it got rejected because it didn't have any screenshots of the application running, which is really funny to me because it's an IoT app. Well, I kind of get it, because if you saw my earlier videos, there pops up a screen and it shows Bronco IoT, and that's all it shows. But programmatically, if they're looking at the app and they see views, if they see things that should be showing things, then I get why they'd want to see images of that. Maybe if I had a headless app, if I didn't have any UI whatsoever, maybe they would have let it in. So I'm going to have to resubmit it to the App Store. But this is like step number 7 or 8 on the list of things that need to happen. Unlike regular apps, people aren't, like I said, going to the App Store and downloading them. So you need permission from Microsoft to pre-install it inside of your Windows 10 IoT Core operating system device. So there's a whole process. Let me go over this real quick. I have a list. So first, to do this process, I needed to create a Windows Dev Center account. No big deal. It's free. And then I'll just register it as a Windows developer because it's $19 a year, I think, and we'll want that to submit it to the App Store. You can't submit anything to the App Store unless you have a Windows developer account or register as a Windows developer. And then I had to fill out the Microsoft Store OEM Preinstall Agreement Interest form. So that's just the form that tells people that I'm interested in becoming an OEM manufacturer to pre-install my app on a Windows 10 IoT Core operating system onto the device. Once I fill that out, they send me an agreement. And then I fill out that agreement, and I also reserve a name for my app in the Windows Dev Center. So this is saying, I want this unique name. Don't let anybody else take this name. If they're submitting to the App Store, make sure nobody else has already taken this name. So I reserve a name for my app in the Windows Dev Center, and I complete the form for the OEM app with that ID for the name of the app that I've reserved, and send that in an email. Now what's really cool is that that form also includes some fun things you can do, because as part of the OEM Preinstall Program, you have certain rights that you have certain things that you can do that regular people can't. So, what are those things? Well, if you wanted to, you could request some restricted capabilities to be waived for you so that you can do all sorts of crazy things to your own device that you are pre-installing your app on, which makes sense because you want to have full control of that as the developer, because you not only own the software, you own the operating system now, or at least you're using an operating system that you've pre-built, and presumably you're installing it on a device that you also own. So some restricted capabilities that you can ask for when you submit this form are accessing user documents, system level access to all user data, remote unlock, all these things that people can't do when they submit an app to the App Store, you can do as part of the OEM Preinstall Program. I think that's amazing and hilarious. Once you submit it to the App Store successfully, you can download that app, pre-install it on your operating system, actually create your own Windows 10 IoT Core image, and then install that on your device and start sending them out there, manufacturing them with pre-installed operating systems, pre-installed apps, and then just sending them to end users. And if you have this logic in your application, as soon as it connects to the internet, it'll start receiving updates. So hopefully next time I'll be able to give you good news that my app was resubmitted and successfully approved. I'm not sure if I need to take screenshots of the app running or not, or if I need to just take that part out. We'll see, but stay tuned for next time for that fun stuff happening.